sound of 40 million drivers. Wow. Surround sound. 40 million. That's how many drivers choose State Farm insurance. Why do more people choose State Farm than Geico and Progressive combined? Could everyone please jingle their car keys? Sounds like the jingle of money. Money they're saving from all those State Farm discounts. Want State Farm to find you discounts up to 40%? Go to discountdoublecheck.com or call 1-800-STATE-FARM and see what you could save. Oh, you know what else sounds really good when 40 million people do it? Could, everybody turn on your radios? Awesome. So go ahead. Visit discountdoublecheck.com or call 1-800-STATE-FARM. Discount percentage and availability may vary by state.
Hundreds of ads out there about reducing my debt. Who do I trust?
You trust the largest debt resolution law firm in America, Legal Helpers. I'm serious. The largest in America. Kenda Bro here for every family in America in debt, looking for a new chance.
Lawyers?
That's right. When you come to our office, you're going to sit down person to person with a lawyer. And one-on-one, you're going to tailor a plan to resolve your debt. And don't worry. Legal Helpers Debt Resolution, they're going to deal directly with your creditors.
Pretty reassuring.
Oh, I'd say so. Having a lawyer to resolve and reduce your debt, you know we're making that happen all over America, and it can happen right here for you because we have a Legal Helpers Debt Resolution office right here in your own backyard. So, if you're in debt, this is a new chance. In fact, that's our phone number, 800-NEW-CHANCE. Your own lawyer to settle your debt could be right on the other end of your phone at 800-NEW-CHANCE, and that's an easy number, 800-NEW-CHANCE. So make the call. You're going to find it very reassuring.
For Armstrong Painting, this is Mal Sharp, your man on the street. We're at Fisherman's Wharf. Where are you guys from?
Baltimore, Maryland.
And today is?
My birthday.
Well, this is a special day because they're inaugurating a tour. It's an 8-hour bus tour, and you're going to travel all down the peninsula and see 800 homes painted by Armstrong Painting.
Oh, that's not my thing. I like to look at houses and all that, but after I've seen maybe 10 or 20, I'm finished.
Yeah, but these homes are painted with Armstrong's titanium acrylic house paint.
I could do it all day.
If you took the tour,
I would love to.
You got the chance to take a souvenir home. Would you like to take a ladder or a drop cloth?
Oh, I'd like a ladder.
How are we going to take a ladder?
I mean, Armstrong has one of the greatest warranties in the United States. 10 years on wooden homes, 15 years on stucco. Your cell phone's ringing.
Hey, Bill. It's my brother from Berkeley.
Ask him if he knows the Armstrong phone number.
Say it, Billy.
Well, I'm holding the mic up to the cell phone.
777-1234.
He said it.
That's Armstrong, 3 7s and a 1 2 3 4.
15% discount. Call now.
KGO Radio is inviting wine lovers to tantalize their taste buds. The world's largest competition of American wines has picked its winners. Now is your chance to try them out. The San Francisco Chronicle Wine Competition Public Tasting is coming to Fort Mason February 19th. Savor hundreds of award-winning wines and gourmet food from Bay Area artisans. For the past 3 years, this event has sold out, so don't miss out. For tickets and information, visit KGORadio.com.
Gil Rose, KGO. Okay. In court today in San Jose, Mark Garagos, the attorney, and his client. His client is 43-year-old William Lynch. And they walked into the San Jose courthouse today for a preliminary hearing on whether Lynch should go to trial for tracking down and beating a 65-year-old man at Los Gatos retirement home last year. He's charged with felony assault. And those of you not familiar with the case are probably thinking, well, wow, you tracked down a guy in a retirement home and beat the stuffing out of him? Well, why? Well, let me add, boy, do I long for the days when if I were to add this, you'd say, well, that just makes it worse. Reverend Gerald Lindner. Yeah. The Reverend Gerald Lindner is a priest. At one time, you would have all jumped to the conclusion that made William Lynch worse. He beat a retired priest. Yeah, but now you're going, oh, God. What's the rest of the story? For those of you who don't know the rest of the story, Jared Lindner was never convicted of anything, in part because the church hid him. He's one of the worst human beings in God's green earth. he allegedly sexually abused. That's, that doesn't even begin to cover it. Will Lynch and his younger brother on camping trips in the Santa Cruz Mountains when the boys were 7 and 4 at the time. They were raped. This wasn't just touchy-feely stuff. This is about as much of the details as I'm going to do, because some of this is just too much. But to give you an idea, forced the boys, 7 and 4, to have oral sex with one another while they watched. You're saying, is this one of those recovered memories? No, they've never forgotten this, the day in their lives. Well, how do we know this guy did it? If it was never taken to court, well, a whole bunch of other people were boys and girls, have come forward. Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. Because it turns out he also tortured kids. Shouldn't there be an alleged in there? Yeah, the newsroom has to do alleged. I am freed from the newsroom. And I'll tell you one of the things. Besides all the boys and girls that talked about this, Reverend Lindner's brother, his brother, was a Los Angeles police officer. And he comes home one day and he sees Uncle Jerry playing with his daughter. And there's something a little, he's not quite sure. They're kind of playing tickling games and things. But for some reason, he kind of stands back and watches for a little bit. And Reverend Lindner starts rolling over on the girl, and then I'll leave out some of the things that happened before the brother, Officer Lindner, comes running in the room, and he realizes his brother, the priest, while rolling over the officer's 9-year-old daughter, has an erection. And then Officer Lindner admits he made a mistake in not arresting his brother on the spot. It was his brother. And he said, look, I should arrest you, but I want you to know you're sick. You're a pedophile. You need help. And Jerry, Reverend Lindner, promised to seek help, but he did not. And then you get into the whole church part of the thing. They send him for some psychiatric treatment after he gets caught doing something, but only for 6 months. And then they reassign him, and they reassign him to work with kids. No, there's no end to how bad this story gets. It just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. Okay. So why is Will Lynch in court in San Jose this morning? Because back in May, he gets Father Lindner to meet him at this Los Gatos retirement home. And it's unclear whether he really came there to beat the hell out of him, or just came there to have it out with him face to face. Reverend Lindner claims that I don't remember you, and Will Lynch loses it and beats him. So now the question is in court today whether to try him for felony assault or not. The prosecutors want to. My guess is the judge will say, look, you can't take the law into your own hands. Whatever happened, understand it's unjust, and that this guy should have been brought to trial time after time after time after time after time, but because the church hit him, because his own brother did at one point. Even though he had molested the brother's daughter, it never came to become a criminal case. But you can't take the law into your own hands and beat the hell out of somebody. The question that's going to come up that we're going to get into in the next hour is, would you convict him? Would you obey the law